What's up, gang? Long time no see. Got those asshole fucking landscapers doing gay shit on a Saturday morning. So we'll just go through some of the Striders that I own, some of the swag shit, you know, cool shit, talk some factoids and factoids. Let's start off with the bags and shit first. If you're a Strider nut, there's a couple of nylon goods that you kind of have to get. One of them being the SOE knife pouch. This was one of the unmarked ones, so it was early. Got some patches in there. And a little jade flying war penis. Silver bead action I got from Chinese homie. Yes, it's a real one, even though it came from China. Go figure. There's a lot of those Strider collectors out there. SOE goodness. More SOE goodness. The medium tool bag with the logo in red thread, black multicam, kind of my shit. All the Kydex and all that gay crap, whatever. You get the idea. We'll touch base about this. This is what the Horcats originally came in. This is from the old SOE shop, SOE Strider shop in what was it? Oceanside is where the original shop was. Basically, SOE and Strider split a building for the first couple years of their existence. Hence why they're, you know, SOE shit and Strider shit kind of go hand in hand. And this is probably one of the cooler swag shits. The SOE combat cock. Yes, it's a cock. It's a black cock. But it's got the Strider logo and the SOE cock logo. It's kind of a fun doodad. I got some shit on it or whatever. Rides in that bag, which is my bullpen bag when we're during normal times instead of whatever bullshit's going on. Other fun nylon shit. I'll just put my cock. My cock will be right there. Stinky Steve. That's not his real name. I just like saying Stinky Steve, but Steve Nolan of Nolan Industries, former Ranger. I don't think there's such a thing. Basically, he makes these stinky pouches that are from old surplus army tents and shit like that. Basically, they're the go-to pouch for your large fixed blades. I don't want to ruin the surprise of this one, but I'll ruin the surprise of this one. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I got. Try not to make too much noise, but that's the nylon shit. The knives are, you know, the knives. Let's start off with, you know, whatever's close. Let's do this one just for shits and giggles. Zabo Strider UK collab. This is actually pretty fucking cool because this is the prototype. The original first working prototype, and it's featured on the cover of the Vault. Lacey Zabo, Bass Rudin. Terrible fucking movie. Great fucking knife. And the joke is it's at the Horcat .75. I mean, honestly, this is surprisingly handy, and how the cant is on the blade. It's not straight. It's like a curved weenie. Basically, when you present the handle forward, the blade is kind of tilted so that you get more cutting edge going forward. I say it's the only Strider that I ever did a flipper tab on, and don't flip, but that's because it's a blade catch. Another cool thing about this one is I believe it's ATS 34 because of the red stripes. When they do the heat treat, ATS 34 kind of has a tinge to it. I gotta clean some shit off of it because this has been in storage, but this is the cool shit. Strider knives. Did some pivots, or really, you know, spanner bits, and they stamped the logo or their name on a few of them. They only did it for a very short amount of time, so this is kind of like a kit bashed prototype shop and trails that became the UUK. So this is the first working prototype. Let's see what else we got. MSC Performance PT in all blackety. This is my actually heavy user for daily carry. You know, it's got scratches, it got bumps, it got bruises, but it's kind of like the most sought after config. And what I do is I usually put on stuff like this. It won't glow now, but there's a little dot in there. It's a red tritium tube. I just find all black knives look better with red tritium. Action's a little gritty, but that's because it's in my pocket all the time. And for a dude who has a paw, you know, the PT is surprisingly comfortable, and it doesn't scare as many people, I guess, as the other shit does, but I mean, I still love it. It goes right in my, you know, right pocket or my right front pocket if I'm wearing cargos, and that's just kind of my thing. Pals coin. It's actually my second one. The first one I got gifted and lost it like an asshole. So there's a $100 reward. If anyone can find number 292, it'll have a lifter's leather sheath. I lost it in San Rafael, California, in a Motel 6. I don't want to get into that story, but yeah, I lost it. I should ask around for it. It's been a year. I can't find it anywhere. So if you see it pop up or whatever, I'll offer you a $100 reward on top of whatever you pay to get it, or, you know, I'll make it worth your while, because that one was very special to me. So I got gifted a second one, 197, by really a true pal as well. So these are special. I don't want to lose another one. Let's see what else we got. Satan's toothpick, Strider custom, SLCC, extra large, so the biggest size they made, just basically the XXLCC. This is a heavy user as well, as you can see by all the marks and shit, but it's also my scales template for my SLCC scripts that I do. Basically I modeled it after these ones, which are original mix, and I do it so that if it doesn't feel good on this one, it won't feel good on any SLCC, because the handles are all the same, but the blades are different. I think this was one of the first heavy grinds he did, or, you know, he took the grinding wheel a little bit too, like, almost an angle. Most Nightmare grinds have, like, flat. This one kind of was at a cant. And, yeah, I mean, this one's fun as fuck to beat shit up with. And it's just angry looking. The half dragon spine, you know, the shit stain stripes. It's just, everything's awesome about it. That's why I have no problem thumping on this one, because it's also, you know, S30V, and it's just a fucking tank, you know. When you get stuff like that, like the old school stuff, I don't know what it was about the heat treat they were doing, but it's just indestructible. I mean, it's Kyle proof, and that's not saying much. You know, it's amazing it does what it does. This one's cool. GB frame lock with some shit on it. This one was the one that got me back into Striders. I was looking for a liner lock. This one came up for the right price. This is pre whatever the fuck's going on with the secondary market. And I got this one for $550 and keeping it for $550. Almost traded it for 3 VS and G at one point, which I would have fucking killed myself if I did that. But yeah, this has been my beater since 2017. Almost 3 years. Still just as perfect as when I got it. Yeah, the tips used, the stripes are a little faded. This is normally bead blasted, but just from use and carry, the titanium got shiny. It's what I think is the perfect Strider folder. Seriously, I mean, there's nothing better besides a really nicely CC'd S&G or something like that. This is to me the perfect folding Strider. GB frame locks. And then, speaking of GB frame locks, the sister basically to that one, which is a GB frame lock concealed carry mixed Strider custom. Ooh, this one I was kind of mean to and used, but it is still don't tell the other ones this, but it's still my favorite carry piece. I mean, something about the ones that Mick did on these, they just were perfect. They really are. Everything about them is perfect. The action's perfect. You know, the lockup is perfect. You know, it's just everything right. The flame ammo he did. You know, I got some road rash and shit like that. But, you know, these two probably were next to each other on the production line. And this one went to Afghanistan, and this one went to some dude's safe. And now they're both in my hand, so. Which is basically like being in the same thing. So these two kind of go together. And that's why they're awesome, on top of many other things. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, $2 SA. People are weird now. They want thin stock DBs for cutting and thick stock SAs for prying, which to me is just the stupidest fucking shit ever. SAs are for anti-personnel. You know, that's why it's a single edge. DBs are for anti-material. You know, it's a pry bar. This one's the thin stock. As you can see, it's a user. And the cool thing about these are factory micarta scales. And I hate micarta, and I'm usually not a fan of Pooh Brown. But this one does it all right. And as you can see, there's G10 dozen, whatever. So again, another scale template, but also probably one of my, another, you know, goes in the backpack everywhere, kind of my thing. makes me smile. It's just a cool little thing to have on you. I'll probably put it on a chest rig at some point, because it's just so fucking handy. You know, smaller fixed blade on the rig, one of the folders, and you know, you can't go wrong. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go with the Dark Lord himself, Satan. I got the Starling Gear Devil Slickster in copper and iron. I got a cobalt one coming from Russia, but you know, shipping from Russia takes fucking forever because of custom. Oh, that's so smooth. So this is double Nightmare Grind, colloquially known as Satan, because the Nightmare Grinds make the flats look like the serpent's tail, and it just looks so badass. This one, I hate calling it a carry piece, but it's a carry piece and sushi killing knife, because that's all it's used for, is sushi and meat and ladies' underwear. But different story for a different time. It's just perfectly done. And even when I sent it back for Mick to touch up the edge before I learned how to hand sharpen stuff, it's still perfect. And what it rides in is a custom lifters leather inside the waistband sheath. So the reason I asked for this was because during my batting practice, I carry a knife on me, and I didn't have the PT yet, so we got the sheath, and it's been in my pocket pretty much every day since, except for that like 3-week hiatus. I went back to Mick, which was, God, the separation anxiety was real. I take off the pocket clip here because it would get in the way, and having 2 pocket clips is kind of dumb, but it's how Satan's carried every day, just inside the waistband. And you know, I really don't go anywhere without it. It's more of a, you know, end of the rainbow. I call these pieces like end of the rainbow stuff, because it's pinnacle Mick art, and you can't get Mick and cheese better than this. I really wish I could make this the thumbnail, if I can just get the Satan beads. Doing it for the thumbnail. Okay. Yeah, come on, copper one. Don't be a dick. Yeah, there we go. That's the thumbnail. Ooh, that's so clean. Came as a gift price, I'll say, from my adopted older bro, the OCB himself. So hail for the dank memes. And this one will only go back to him or in my butt when I die. Speaking of in my butt when I die, the infamous Horcat trainer. We all know about the trainer. It's just a block of aluminum shaped like a Horcat or a Tiger. The real star of the show here is the Horcat herself, or himself, depending on who you talk to. Just loved, used, abused, kind of, because I'm holding on to it. You know, it's a 20-some-odd-year-old knife at this point. Actually, strike that, almost 30. Yeah, it's almost 20. I lied. It feels like 30 after but it does say Tiger on it. It's Tiger. I guess they ran out of stamping or whatever. Someone was shit-faced doing this. But it's got that Il Boss Heat Street stamp. And I've rewrapped the handles a few times. The paracord wrap. As I say it starts going a little honky-dory on me. She's got personality, which is why I love her. And this goes everywhere with me. You know, unless I'm, you know, going to the store or some weird shit like that. I gotta fix that. My OCD's gonna fucking kill me if I don't. Yeah, she's just the Tiger. She's just perfect. You know, I don't really ask much of her. This also saved my life, which story time for in person. But this is the Tiger stripes are done light. It's wild. I don't want to tell the story on it because it's a little personal, but you know, this knife gave Strider, you know, their market in Asia, which led to folding knives. So without this useless hunk of boomerang penis of doom, y'all fucks don't have fucking folding Striders, or really folding knives of any, besides Emerson's. But Emerson's are, you know, you could build fucking Emerson's. So yeah, so that's the Horcat, and I got really 2 more for right now. Infamous SJ75 Smog with the Starling Gear MSC Halo in the reverse. So usually they're silver with a brass halo, or copper, and this is brass, so it's a brass bead with a sterling silver ring, which is so more my speed. But yeah, SJ75 is just one bad bitch. It's really an angry knife. This was done as a tribute to one of Mick's friends who passed in service. His call sign was Sky Juice, and they named the SJ75 after him in his memory. And it's just cool. Now knowing that, it just makes this thing that much cooler. Skeleton has a video talking about all the odds and ends. I really don't give a fuck about that shit. In terms of talking about odds and ends, if you have a chance to hold one of these, pick it up. You know, if you want to buy one of these, you know, it is worth the hype, even for a big-handed dude like myself. This is in the front pocket all the time. It's the angriest knife, you know, besides the one I'm about to show. But this is my daily, along with the other stuff. You know, this one's always in the front right pocket. The procket. And now we come to the last one. God, this is a long take. I hope that fucking lawnmower guy eats a dick. Here's the infamous Horcat. Horcat, rather. The Ajax. Nightmare Ground Ajax. From what I was told, this was picked up at the New York Custom Knife Show in 2005. It was made for a team guy that never got to pick it up, so it stayed pristine. This one I'm just waiting for the right time to use. I might do some wild boar hunting in Texas, so this might be, you know, one of the many that I take down there. It's just, you know, it's the original gut shovel for a reason. This thing is not for, you know, slicing paper. This is made for, you know, taking dudes' limbs off, and it feels it. You know, some people say, oh, it's heavy, oh, it's this. No, it's perfect. You know, it's a gross motor skill knife, which means it's for hacking and slashing and unzipping dudes' bellies. So yeah, so that's kind of most of the Striders. I mean, I gotta clean these, I gotta oil these, and a lot of these have been in storage. Well, not the Ajax, but like the UK and shit. But yeah, that's the Striders. You know, that's what I got. Nothing really too crazy, just, you know, it's not a huge collection, it's just a very finite collection. So peace, love, hard liquor, you know, hail, and snoogey boogies.